Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and this is the week of May 19th. Now it feels like we're in the calm before the storm, because at this point, Iron Banner is done. That was the last one for the season. And Guardian Games is finished. Calendar still remains as a big question mark. As many of you guys may or may not know, the Lie quest has been started, but it is unable to be finished currently, and that's honestly just a bug on Bungie's end. They are working on it. But as it does have to go through certification and things of that nature with the console, especially Sony and PlayStation, just takes a little time. It's not going to be able to be like, hey, we fixed it, we got a patch, let's dump it on you guys in like an hour. Got to go through all these security features and stuff like that. So that one honestly could be waiting till next week. So what is going on in this week of Destiny, and what are we looking at for the final 3 weeks or so of Season of the Worthy? Let's jump in and talk about it. One of the biggest changes this week is going to be related to the Nightfall. Now, we know Grandmaster Nightfalls have been a thing that we've been able to work on since late April, and people have worked on a lot of them, and this week we've got another one coming up. It's going to be Broodhold. That is the 5th one if you guys have been working on the Conqueror title. But they also updated the director, and the Grandmaster Ordeal is now selectable down here. So the Ordeal Grandmaster, not specifically related, you can click right here, and you can actually select which strike you want to work on. There are 6 that you need for Conqueror, and if Broodhold is available from the larger node, you have all 5 other ones available for this season right here. So technically, if you've been a little slow in grinding up to, 1025, you hadn't quite got there, but you got there recently, and you're like, hey, I may have missed out on some of the strikes, I can't do them. These are actually available now. So everything that's been available for the entire season, including the last one most people are going to need, which is Tree of Probabilities. So if you are working on your Grandmaster and Conqueror Nightfall title, and trying to knock all these out as much as you can, you've honestly got the choice to work on any of them you prefer. If you heard one of them's easier or some of them are harder, potentially, you can actually select ones you want to work on as well. If you want to at least, see if you can try a Grandmaster Nightfall, you got a couple of friends. Remember, you need to be 1025 power level, at least by the gear you have equipped. But remember, you will be fighting enemies that are 1050. But you can technically do all of them now, as Broodhold is available by the normal director node, and all 5 are here. If you guys want to, you could, if you got a group that's willing, you could grind out your Conqueror Seal, like this week, straight through, and be done with it in a week. So it depends on how much time you got, but that is the new addition for the Nightfalls. Grandmaster, you can pick any and all of them. I guess this is the thing they'll do towards the end of a season. They might give a couple rotations through, and then the end of the season, you'll be able to pick them all. We'll have to see how they handle this in future seasons, because Grandmasters are still fairly new. Have to see how this goes. Now, if we look on the director, there really isn't a lot going on right now. Obviously, as many of you guys know, we're waiting for the Lie to get fixed, which, honestly, at this point, the step that we're on, we're probably going to get something lore related. I don't know if it's going to be a cinematic or just an interaction that hopefully pushes the story forward, and then we're going to get our shotgun. Heads up, spoilers, if you guys don't know it, it's going to be the Fellwinter's Lie shotgun. Potentially going to be reigning in PvP for a while, because it was a beast in Destiny 1, to say the least. It's going to be a powerful shotgun in Destiny 2, and with the whole weapon sunsetting thing, which I will do a video on later. If you guys want me to do a long-form video or short-form video about sunsetting, let me know in the comments below, because I recorded one potentially, and just me talking about everything that was going on was like half an hour, so could be a lengthy discussion, but let me know how you guys would like to see that format about it. But as that is going to be a shotgun from this season of the Worthy, it's going to be usable for this season, which is 10, Season 11, which we don't know is coming up, Season 12, which pairs with the Fall expansion, and Season 13, which will be the winter one, which is going to go through that kind of March setting when this one started. So you'll be able to use it for a while. So definitely one you're going to, about 10 months or so, that you're going to be able to use this thing. So you definitely are going to want to consider finishing this quest when we know it's there. If you have any issues with the 1,000 shotgun kills, there are a couple builds out there. If you want me to make a video on that as well, let me know. There are a couple good ways to work on shotgun kills and a couple good places to farm them. But other than that, on the director, we don't have too much going on. You have your general pinnacles, if you guys want to just do some of these basic matches, get some pinnacle gear, slowly up your level a little bit, trying to get up to near, max pinnacle level, so when you go into next season, you're just a smidge higher to get that kickstart. That's a nice way to move things along. But the big question is that ship coming from Mercury to the European Dead Zone. Now, I've looked in the skyboxes, I've gone to the tower, I've gone to the European Dead Zone, I've gone to the moon, I can't really see anything that shows where the Almighty is. When we started this season, we had, obviously, the big cinematic, Zavala come in, and, you know, the Almighty is on a crash course with the European Dead Zone. We've been working with Rasputin, shooting all the satellites up into the air, 9 million public events are done, and that's fine. I was like, there's whole discussions about the overall season, and that will be a separate video, but we don't know where the Almighty's at. Things are potentially going to progress fairly quickly. Got reminded if things were moving from Mercury to Earth, and it was going to take roughly all season, it's booking it for the amount of distance that it has to cover. So by the time potentially that we would see it, you know, in relation to the size of the moon, that you could probably spot it from Earth, it's going to be fairly close and not too far away. So I don't know how close they're actually going to cut the Almighty being exploded by Rasputin. But again, if we're pairing things from Io, the moon, and Earth, Io's the weird one because that's, you know, one of Jupiter's moons. It's not that close. It's not like we even did anything at Mars. So 2 planets here where we're launching satellites, and this one maybe for, you know, triangulation, but it sure seems like it's really far away to be doing that. However that all works out, we still have to blow the Almighty out of the sky at some point, unless they just want to just take out the entire last city, which I don't see them doing. Now, the other thing we have to talk about is the pyramid ships. We got an update, so let's go to a bunker. Alright, so here we are in front of our light bright wall again, and we've got 49 ships up there now. Just in case you guys didn't think there were going to be an increasing number, it's definitely growing. But there are a total of 49. Neptune is pretty saturated at this point, and there are 2 kind of out ahead of the pack that have almost reached Uranus. So at this point, we are in the last 3 weeks. So potentially, if the trajectory goes, the last 3 weeks of the season, so next week on the 26th, I've got to assume a couple of these ships that are here in the front are actually going to make it to Uranus. And then we have the reset on June 2nd, which, you know, they may proceed somewhere between Uranus and Saturn. And then as the season literally is wrapping up, we're looking to potentially see them reach either Titan, Saturn. I doubt the Dreadnought's involved. I've been told it's probably not, but you never know. I don't see the Dreadnought being involved in the coming season. That'd be a whole new destination for a season. That's not going to happen. But again, something is going to happen for the fall expansion. And depending on how things and cards have been played out, definitely something's going to be involved in the pyramid ships, because this is obviously the tease to something major coming in the fall. Now, the question is, as we've gone through the Lie quest a little bit, there are teases of Siva from Destiny 1, which we fought, and is like the Rasputins, like nanotechnology and stuff. I don't know if that's something we're going to be able to use to fight the darkness, potentially, or the pyramid ships when they come, or if it's something we're going to have to fight on the other end if Rasputin doesn't think we're worthy. Still not entirely sure how this season is actually going to play out. But currently, you have the pyramid ships potentially reaching Saturn roughly at the end of the season. Now, what does that mean for the next season of the Redacted? Is that a point where basically Titan is this, like, battleground between us and the darkness and a new alien race? Again, I don't see that, because you have a season of Destiny introducing a new alien race without us getting an expansion and paying for it. And again, it's still business. If they're going to bring in a brand new alien race and potentially destinations, that's a fall expansion, and that's when I see that coming, which still leaves me as a very weird question mark as to what's going to happen next season. If the pyramid ships make it to nearly one of the planets that we can land on, you would think they would probably be checking it out and have scanners or something to be like, hey, there's stuff going on Titan, we should probably go see what's up. Whether it be the Hive or Guardians that need to be destroyed, they're coming, and I'm honestly just curious if they're just slowly working across the map to eventually get to Earth. Like, this season they make it to about, you know, right just in front of Saturn, and then next season they get through the asteroid belt and they are eventually trying to come for the Traveler in the fall. Again, I hadn't honestly thought about that until saying this right now, but at some point, pyramid ships are going to be involved next season, so I'm very curious what happens there. If you guys are wondering about dates of when season reveals and things may be, last season, or this season currently, I would say, but the previous season, we got the tease for Season of the Worthy on, like, March 3rd. A little teaser on March 2nd, but March 3rd was when the actual trailer for Season of the Worthy dropped. And the dates actually fall pretty well, because, again, we're going to be looking at June 9th for the end of the season, start of the new season. And if you go back, Wednesday is going to be the Wednesday before, June 3rd, potentially, if they do that same week before time frame, that's when we're going to get our trailer. Potentially a day later, our information dump with regards to the next season. So if you're waiting for season information, still probably got to wait till June. That would be my assumption. But before then, we still have to do something about the Almighty and Rasputin. So I don't know if with the Lie quest is actually like holding up narrative things from happening, because it is bugged right now. It has to go through certification. When we actually start finishing that quest, are we going to start seeing like a preview for next season? Are we going to push the Rasputin story forward and actually take care of the Almighty? Again, lots of questions to be asked here in these couple of weeks. As soon as we get an update for the Lie quest, I will get the full guide out for you guys. But again, if you are interested in how to get the 1,000 kills quickly and efficiently, let me know. I can make a guide on that. There's a couple good places, couple good weapons to farm that one. If you guys have theories and thoughts about this, just everything going on, please let me know. I'm curious what you guys are thinking about all of this too. Because the way timing works, somehow there's going to be a collision at the beginning of next season with, you know, roughly around Titan and the Pyramid ships. But if they're just marching across the system to the Traveler, that may take until the fall, that maybe they just start occupying skyboxes, and it's just terrifying to be in this universe right now. Who knows? But if you're working on your Conqueror title, or you want to just start cracking on it, you have 3 weeks, and you'll probably be able to select all of the strikes for all 3 weeks. So you could technically work on the Conqueror title, even if you haven't started it in these final 3 weeks. And then other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. You can knock out some easy pinnacles, you can do a couple raids, and all of that type of stuff. Weapon sunsetting will be a completely separate video, but let me know if you guys want to see a short form or long form video on that one. I'll try and steer my thoughts that direction as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. Just wanted to get you guys an update on the week. Other than that, enjoy your week in Destiny, and if you're at a time where you are taking a break, enjoy your break, and I'll keep you updated when it's time to come back. Have a good one. You guys can find me on Twitch and Twitter, Ebontis. I'm streaming a lot, been playing a lot of Neo too, and having fun on that one. And of course, when I'm doing other stuff in here, you guys can find me on Twitter as well. If you haven't subbed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button and the alert bell. That's important so my videos actually make it through the YouTube algorithms and you guys get the notifications. Have an awesome one. I'll see you soon. Enjoy your week.